Hi, I'm Leah Benford reporting on current science from Science North. As we speak, a satellite from NASA is headed towards the Earth's surface. Now, satellites are always headed towards the Earth, but scientists think that this one is going to make contact. I'm here with Brian McGuire from the Planetarium to shed a little bit more light on what's going to happen. Hi, Brian.
Hi.
So let's start off with, why is this satellite falling?
Well, the satellite's falling. This was a satellite that was used up until 2005. And right now it's in a decaying orbit, so it's actually getting closer to the Earth and it's starting to encounter some friction due to the atmosphere, and it's going to slow down until on Friday, which is tomorrow, it'll be tumbling towards the Earth.
Wow. Yeah. Now I know there's tons and tons of satellites out there. Does it happen often that things are falling from space and actually hit the Earth?
Well, yeah, there's things that are falling down from space all the time, both man-made and non-man-made debris. We do get hit by large things probably about once a year. We do have lots of man-made debris that falls all throughout the year, but nothing has fallen that's been this size for at least 30 years down to the Earth. So it's fairly significant.
Now let's talk about that for a second, because I've heard a lot of different things about how big this chunk is actually going to be. Some people say a bus, some people say an elephant. So do we know how big it's actually going to be by the time it gets to us?
Well, it is a large satellite, and it is about the size of a bus, but it's very unlikely, well, it's almost impossible that it'll all survive as one chunk coming through the atmosphere. So it will break up, and some things like batteries will survive as full chunks and other things will break up. So they're estimating anywhere from pieces down from a minuscule size all the way up to 350 pounds. So there may be some significant chunks that'll fall down.
Wow. Now, scientists have been reporting on this for a couple of days now, and NASA's been watching it. How are they actually tracking where this satellite is going to hit?
Well, all satellites are in predictable orbits. They're tracked. They're very predictable. So this one here is still sort of in a predictable orbit, but it is slowing down. So they haven't really come out with an exact time or exact spot that it'll hit, because as the satellite enters, all depending on the angle that it hits and the air resistance it gets, that it'll slow down to a certain point, but only until just before it enters do we really know where it's going to fall. It's very unpredictable.
The question on everybody's mind, of course, is what are the chances that a person is going to be hit by the satellite?
I know the news has been talking about this a lot. Like we said, things fall down all the time, and only one person has ever been reported to be hit by a piece of space junk. The numbers are coming out. They're saying about 1 in 3,200 that somebody will get hit. And you multiply that into the population of the world, and you get like 1 in 20 trillion chance that somebody's going to get hit. So I don't think it's time to get into your bunkers and and hunker down. But hey, it'd be good to get out there and see it.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of different reports on where scientists think that it's going to hit, and it's been changing all week long. So where do you think that the satellite's going to hit?
Well, the estimate of where it's going to hit, due to the sort of the path it traces on the Earth, is rather large. It's something like 75% of the surface area of the Earth. So right from just north of Antarctica to just south of the northern border of Ontario. So that's a rather large surface area. I'd say chances are it's probably going to hit water. A lot of these hit water, but other than that, I can't give you a better scientific answer than that.
Keep your eyes on the news and the skies tomorrow to get a more accurate prediction of where this satellite's actually going to hit. Keep checking back for more of today's science.